What's up, y'all? It's your boy Bicep 3.0, keeping the action going with another review. Today we're taking a look at the Mafex number 149, Avengers Endgame Thor figure. So I'm very excited for this review. I am shooting this on a new phone, so hopefully the quality is a lot better and picture is nice and clear for you guys. Yeah, that Miles video was, that was the last video that I was able to shoot on my old phone. It sorry about that. Yeah, that phone was going out on me for a while. The screen was starting to like flash on me, and pretty soon, like after I finished shooting that Miles video, I couldn't even really see anything on my phone, like my home screen or anything anymore. It was just yeah, it was real bad. So went to Best Buy about like a week or two ago, and got my stuff transferred over to a new phone, which is what I'm shooting this on. So hopefully everything looks good for you guys, and the quality comes out clear, and I won't have to refocus so much, which should cut time down on the videos going forward. But yeah, I'm very excited. So here we got Mafex in-game Thor, and I've really been looking forward to doing this review. I was thinking about getting the SH Figure Arts Final Battle Edition for a long time, but I'm glad that I held off on getting it and instead went for the Mafex, because I think the Mafex does a lot of things a lot better. And we'll get into all of that as the review goes on. But anyways, here's a look at the box, which is very nice, as you can see. Got Thor in the window there. He's got some alternate heads, as you can see. Got some hammers over here. Got the alternate hands. And down here we've got a nice product shot of him kind of lighting up. He's got these lightning effects and the light eyes, lightning eyes right there. Marvel Avengers Endgame Mafex number 149, Medicom Toys, Avengers, nice white packaging. On this side we've got another shot of Thor right there, looking dope. There's Thor. And here's a look at the back. You can see some more product shots. See some action poses that he can get into. He's got both hammers, or he's got the hammer and the axe, Mjolnir and Stormbreaker there. You can see him holding it right here. It shows all the different heads and the accessories he comes with. Thor, some more stuff down here in, I believe, Japanese, as well as up here. And then on the side we get this really cool picture, which is very reminiscent to the movie when he's calling the hammers, both hammers to him at the, when they're about to battle. Big three are about to throw down with Thanos. So that was such a, surreal scene in the theaters, man. I wish I could like relive that moment again. But yeah, without further ado, let's see. The bottom of the box basically just legalese and all that stuff that nobody really cares about. So, without further ado, we shall get into this unboxing and review of Thor. So, hope everybody's been having a good week, man. I know I haven't dropped a video in about a few weeks now, since that last video I dropped was the Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse figure from Mafex, and got quite a lot of views on that video, so thank you to all who watched it. Really appreciate you guys. And yeah, if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any other dope content. We'll be talking about all types of stuff on this channel. Not just figure reviews. We've got comics, films, art, music, all types of stuff that we'll be talking about over here on the Bicep 3.0 channel. So make sure you tune in and you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of that good stuff. Here we go. And one thing I love about Mafex packaging is it's very simple, very easy to open. There actually was an extra, layer of plastic that was, surrounding the box in the beginning. I went ahead and took that off just so it would look better on camera and we wouldn't waste as much time. But you can already see I've got the packaging open, and here's Thor out of the box. Well, he's still in his trays, but we got him out the box at least. And Mafex, of course, we're gonna have 2 trays, typically standard Mafex. So first tray comes off, and then, oh no, everything fell out. Everything seemed to have a loose fit. Hold on, guys. Wow, that was like a cascade of falling objects. I was pointing the tray down, which wasn't a good idea. I thought everything would stay. I thought it was going to be in there a little bit tighter, but I guess not. So, fair warning. Just make sure when you're unboxing this guy, you don't point the tray down and have any pieces fall out. You definitely don't want to lose them. Hopefully I'm putting these back in the right order. I'm just kind of putting them where they fit. Let's see. I think these actually go here. And these probably go down here. Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, so we've got that. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, that stuff really just kind of tumbled out on me, so give me just a sec here, guys. Where is it? I'm looking for one last piece. Oh, there it is. Fell back into the box. How about that? Alright. So, here we go. So we've got... I feel like maybe they want, in the future, Mafex might want to make these little slots that they keep, you know, all the accessories and things in a little bit tighter. I think that'll definitely help with us collectors, because as you can see, all that stuff just kind of fell out on me unexpectedly. Thor was like the only one of the only actual things that didn't fall out. But yeah, so anyways, now that that's out of the way, so before we even get into the figure, I'll show you some of the you know, extras, I guess you could say, that he comes with. So we've got we get this little pamphlet thing, which is basically like a certification and lets you know that you've bought a genuine product from Mafex. They started doing that, you know, shortly after they found out that a lot of people do bootlegs of their figures. A lot of those that you'll find on like AliExpress and, you know, similar websites, they have a lot of you know, knockoffs or bootleg figures that, you know, aren't the real thing. So they are starting to give these out now in a lot of their you know, figures and stuff, to let you know that it is certified. And there's actually, looks like there's actually like a QR code for Mafex that you can you know, put on your phone and basically, you know, have it scan your figure, and it'll let you know if it is indeed a genuine product. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. So, you know, if you want to make sure you got the real deal, there you go. Alright, and they also give you a little instruction manual that kind of shows you how some of the parts on him are going to plug in, like some of the lightning effects and extra accessories and all that good stuff. So yeah, they give you that, so you're not, you know, hopefully you won't be struggling. But let's get Thor out of the packaging first and foremost. And I got him out, and he is feeling really good, man. As far as the joints and everything, I'm moving him around a bit right now. I'm testing the arms out. Feels nice, and it feels very smooth, but also stable, you know? Like, not, the joints aren't like loose and rickety or anything like that. They're actually, they feel pretty stable and solid, but they move very fluidly, so that's nice. So I'm gonna see if I can get him standing up here. Alright. See if I can get him in a good stance where he's able to balance well. Make his feet a little bit flat here. There we go. So we have him standing. There we go. Just face him towards the camera a bit more. Wow, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh man, falls over and the head pops up. So hold on, let me pop the head back on for you. Okay, there you go. Man, okay. Seems like some of the parts, maybe it's, I don't know if it's just Mafex in general or just this figure, but it seems like that head came off pretty easy. It also seems like I was able to get it back on pretty easy. So that's something definitely different from like a Marvel Legends figure, where you have to apply a certain amount of force to pop it off and put it back on. But anyways, here is in-game Thor Mafex out of the box, and he looks pretty damn good, man. I love it, like, right? And you, yeah, I mean, what did you expect me to say? Like, I'm already loving this guy. So yeah, just wanted to get a quick look at him before we get into his full review. so you guys can get a sense of his aesthetic and everything. But there is in-game Thor, or Bro Thor, or Fat Thor, as he goes by many names in this movie because of his physique. But yeah, all right, so we'll take a look at the accessories first, as we always do, and then we'll take a look at play and display. All right, so first up, we have, of course, the clear Mafex stand, very standard at this point. Comes with pretty much all of their figures. I don't think you guys probably care about that accessory too much, if you can call it that, but matter of fact, yeah, I'm not even going to waste time taking it out of the packaging, but you do get a clear Mafex stand. So here's the base right here. You've got the 3 portholes that you can plug the the actual stand into. You've got, looks like, multiple clamps. So you've got this nice round ring one. You've got one that's a little bit tighter. I think maybe those will be used for like the hammers or something else, maybe one of the effects pieces. And then you have another longer pole or stand down here. So that all comes in a nice clear packaging, as you can see there. So you have the Mafex stand. And then for accessories, all the good stuff, we'll start with his hands. So how about the alternate hands first? So we'll start with the first pair. He comes with a nice pair of open palm hands like this, which look really good. And Mafex has like a really cool system for this. It kind of reminds me of like some of the older Figma figures, which I don't have any Figma, but I've seen reviews, so I know what some of their alternate pieces look like. And they come on a nice like clear little bar like this, which is really cool, so that you can hold them in the packaging and they're not like super loose. So like even if they do fall out of the packaging, which is kind of what happened to me today, at least they're on this clear bar to kind of keep them together so you don't lose them as easily. So you have open palm hands there. You've got a pair of open palm hands, but slightly more like pinched, like he's kind of curling the the ring and the pinky in a little more, like he's a little more for like gripping maybe, or gesturing. So you've got these hands right here, which look really, really good. You've got a pair of open, kind of like open fist hands, if you want to call them that, which, kind of defeats the purpose of calling it a fist, I guess. But yeah, you have these more like curled in hands, probably gripping, as you can see from the sides, they're open. So probably for one of his hammers, like Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. If I had to guess, I would say probably Mjolnir, based on how much space is in between. So you've got those gripping hands there. You've got some more gripping hands, which look about the same as far as the space goes. So yeah, this will probably be used for either Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. You have these sets of hands right here, which look really good as well. And last but not least, you get a pair of some more kind of gripping hands. Honestly, these all look like very similar. It's kind of hard to tell the difference, but I think it's really just the spacing. The spacing is slightly different between each set, and that'll be for him to grip his different weapons. So yeah, these all look really good. Look like they're painted pretty well. So there you have it. And then let's see, we'll get into the lightning effects next. So he's got a lot of really cool lightning effects that come with him. So you got this little one right here. I believe this is one that's going to plug around his wrist, from what I've seen in other reviews. I think it's going to like slide over his wrist to make it look like, lightning is kind of sliding up his arm. And it's done in a very nice translucent lighter blue. So it looks very, very good. I like the color that they use for these. So you got that one. You've got this one that I believe is going to plug into Stormbreaker. I believe it goes like either on the end of the axe. Yeah, I want to say like the front of the axe. You got that one. And I'll show you what that looks like later so you can visualize it a little better. You've got this other one right here, which also looks pretty good. Again, very nicely done in that nice translucent crystallized looking blue, which is very nice. And you've got some more. Kind of got this one right here, which also looks very good. Let's see if we can get some focus on it. There you go. See that? That looks really good. I forget what, I think this goes on the back of Stormbreaker, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have his alternate belt piece, so you can switch out the lower part of his torso and have this lightning effect kind of plug in. As you can see, it kind of like generates out of the disc, which is a really cool look. Very nice detail in this, by the way. Very nice. Shout outs to Mafex. And then we have, of course, the alternate heads and hammers. So he comes with 2 alternate heads. He's got the yelling one, which actually looks really, really cool. I like it a lot, especially now that I have it in hand. Very nicely detailed, as you can see, and we'll do a comparison later with, you know, the head that comes on him in the packaging. But yeah, look at the hair and like the sculpted detail on this. Really, really nicely done. I will say I feel like they went a little too dark on the hair for this figure, but one of the things that I didn't like about the SHF version is that they kind of gave him the gold hair look, which they tend to do with a lot of their figures. So I didn't really like that either. I think this has a much more, you know, realistic look, but I think they went a little too brown on it. So I think, you know, a lighter color would have been a little bit better, but either way, it still looks very nice. And then you have the lightning eyes head right here, like he's charging up, and he's angry. He's getting ready to shoot some lightning at Thanos. So you got that head, which also looks very good. Same mold and everything, just, you know, the hair and everything is the same, but obviously his eyes are colored in for this one. This looks very good, very nicely detailed. So there you go. And then we get his 2 hammers, which is really, really dope. They actually give us 2 sets of each hammer, or hammer and axe, I should say. I always call both of them hammers, but technically Stormbreaker is an axe. Let's see if I can get this one out of the packaging. There we go. So we have this one first up, which is the regular Mjolnir. And as you can see, is beautifully detailed. I love the metallic sheen, the silver paint that they used. It looks very, very good. You can see all the detail, like even the, you know, insignias inscribed into Mjolnir, like all that ancient writing and everything looks really, really good, especially like at the top, on the sides right there. Oh, that is beautiful. The details, man. It's the smaller things that really just make these things so amazing. All right, so you get all that detail nice and etched into there. And you've got the handle, the nice wrap going around the silver, the brown. And then, you know, the end, it's got the little loop right there as he swings it. So very, very nice Mjolnir right there. Looks very good. Then you get the alternate Mjolnir, which is very similar, but it might be a little hard to tell on camera, but it actually has like some of that translucent blue color into it. And it's meant to basically look like, you know, Mjolnir is kind of lighting up. You can see right there, kind of looks like you could see through Mjolnir, like you can see through, you can actually see like where the handle kind of comes up into the middle there, and you can see through it, and it's supposed to recreate, you know, Mjolnir kind of charging up and having electricity go through it. And if you shine a light through it, it really looks like it's, you know, illuminated, like, you know, like it's lighting up with lightning. So that's really, really cool. That's a very nice, you know, extra effects piece that Mafex threw in that I really, really appreciate, because it's very different. SA Figuarts never did anything like that, so very, very nice to have an extra hammer. A you know, different kind of look to it. And then we also have, of course, his axe. So we actually get 3 trays out of this one. I thought it was only 2 at first, but it is in fact 3. Let me take this top layer off here, and I'll set that down. All right, so we get, okay, yeah, here we go. I was gonna say, I think we get more lightning effects than this. I didn't know where the other ones are, but I see they are in the same tray as Stormbreaker now. So here we have another disc piece that's gonna plug into his torso for a lightning effect. So you got another one of those, and here's another one. And the nice thing about these lightning effects, you know, disc pieces, is that they're not really, I don't think they're labeled, but they are shaped a certain way so that they go only into certain spots on his torso, so that you never get them mixed up, because they all have like a very unique shape to them as far as like the plug-in goes. So that should help a lot when it comes to reassembling his effects, or disassembling them. And so you got this one right here as well, which also looks very good. So you can see those, that's like one of the shapes of one of the plug-in pieces right there. Hopefully you can kind of get a sense of that. So yeah, they are shaped differently so that you know exactly where to plug it in on him. And lastly, you get this one right here, which also looks very good. It's got that white color for the disc, and then of course the translucent blue for the lightning. So that's done very nicely. And then one of my favorite accessories, because I've never had it, this is actually, believe it or not, like my first real MCU Thor figure. I had one way back, like probably around like when the first or second Avengers came out. It was like one of the, you know, cheaper Marvel, it wasn't even a Marvel Legends, it was like one of the, from one of the cheaper lines, like the, I think probably like the $10 line, and he had a gimmick where he would kind of like swing, you know, Mjolnir around. I don't even know where that figure is anymore now. I got bored of it pretty quickly, but yeah, so this is actually like my first real, you know, highly articulated and detailed MCU Thor figure, so I'm very, very excited to have it. But here we go, we got Stormbreaker right here, and this is, you know, one of the accessories I was looking forward to the most, like even more than Mjolnir, because, you know, obviously Stormbreaker is, you know, more new, and is, you know, big ass axe, you know, it's just, I mean, look at this thing, look how beautifully detailed it is. You've got the silver paint for the, you know, the axe itself, this nice brown paint for, you know, the handle, Groot. When Groot sacrificed one of his arms to save Thor, man, real brotherhood right there, looking out for his homie. Freaking amputated himself just to save Thor. And now, you know, Thor wields this thing with absolute strength and power. But yeah, just look at all that detail, nice and etched into there. And like the handle going around, oh, beautifully done. Thank you to Mafex for going all out on these things, man, because it looks amazing. So you've got that one, and then you've got, of course, the alternate one, which is more noticeable, I will say, than Mjolnir as far as like the electricity effects. And I think that was done purposely, because if you notice in the final battle in the movie, you know, Thor tends to charge Stormbreaker a lot more than Mjolnir. Like he'll have Mjolnir kind of just, you know, regular, you know, powered down, and then Stormbreaker during a lot of like the fight scenes, he'll have it like, you know, the lightning will be surging all around it. So he tends to use Stormbreaker more because he's, you know, he's trying to go for the head, man. He's trying to cut Thanos' head off. He's pissed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this looks really good. A lot more of that, you know, translucent blue color coming through here to make it look like it's lit up. And if you shine a light through this one, it really looks like it's, you know, getting charged up. So that's really cool. Got that detail on the back. I just love how this axe looks. I love the MCU Stormbreaker look. It just looks so damn cool. And it's actually to size. Another thing about the S.A. Tribute figure is that this, you know, the Stormbreaker was a bit small. It was scaled down. It was a little too small. And this is actually like the appropriate size. So Mafex got it right. So, you know, shout outs to them for that. So yeah, and that's a look at all the accessories. So now that we've gotten those out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the review of Mr. Thor here. Thor, son of Odin. All right, so I'm just gonna put all the accessories aside for a second. Let's see here. Sorry, just gotta get situated real quick. All right, there we go. So let's pull Mr. Thor back in. And like I said, man, he looks fantastic. So I'm just gonna, let's see, where's a good place to put these? Kind of running out of space over here. I'm just gonna put these down for just a second, and we'll come back to them in just a bit. But anyways, here is in-game Thor, out of packaging, man, and he looks fantastic. So looking at the details on him, looks very movie accurate to me. He's got the nice, you know, black color, like a nice, mostly like matte finish for the black suit that he's wearing. He's got all the little disc pieces with the little kind of like silver scratches or whatever you want to call them, etched into each one, which looks very, very nice. Got the nice paint for this little piece kind of coming down towards the bottom of his belly. And I want to say that I think Mafex did a really good job overall of making him look fat but not pregnant. Because one thing about the SHF version that I've seen like comparisons like in hand videos. I'll actually put a link in the description for Orange the Titan, so you can check out his comparison. He did a comparison between this one, the SHF Final Battle, I think it was, yeah, the Final Battle edition, and the Marvel Legends Infinity Saga in-game Thor. And to me, this one was clearly the best. And Mafex clearly killed each one of them. Even though both of those figures are very nice. I'm not to say that either one of them is bad, the SHF or the Marvel Legends, but I just feel like this one does everything the best. So this was a clear winner for me. It cost less than the SHF actually. The SHF version goes for like 120, I believe, retail, and then the Mafex goes for 109. I actually got mine for like, I want to say 91. I got mine off of Amazon. There was only 2 left in stock. Base price was like 86. I'm pretty sure I got free shipping on it. And then, so after taxes, it came out to about like 91. So, I got it even cheaper than retail. So, it was a clear winner for me was the Mafex. But anyways, getting off topic there. Yeah, I just feel like they did a really good job with his physique is what I was saying. And I feel like, the nice kind of round shape to the belly, especially from the side. Like you can see he's got like a dad bod going on, but he doesn't look pregnant. Whereas I feel like the SHF, they kind of overdid it just a bit and they kind of made him look, prego. So I was like, yeah, I think they kind of overdid it on his aesthetic there. And that the SHF one, I feel like also just doesn't have as good of a stature, like the way his posture looks. Like the shoulders are like, they're really wide, they come out wide, and then he's kind of like short and stumpy looking. Like I feel like they didn't make him tall enough. And then like with the big ass belly and then the shoulders coming out so far, he looked kind of like awkward and stumpy. So I felt like this was a much better representation of how he looked in the movie. And yeah, I mean, I like this look a lot better. So I decided to go with Mafex, but you can see he's got all this great detail, a cloth cape, which is a big win for me. I love cloth capes, especially when they're like wired, so you can do posing, which this is, by the way. So he's actually got a wire going down each side of the cape. The only place he doesn't have a wire is the bottom, which would have been nice because that would have allowed for a little more, posability, of course. But either way, just nice to have a wired cloth cape, and it's very nicely detailed. I love the length of it. The fabric feels very nice as I'm touching it right now. First feel of the fabric, yeah, it's nice and soft and kind of velvety feeling. It's just a really nicely done cape, and you can see inside he's got that darker, it's like a darker gray color, not quite a black, more like a really dark gray, kind of like a charcoal gray or something. But yeah, just very nicely done. I mean, I'd say they pretty much nailed it on the details. You can see all the like lines and things etched into the pants, and these kind of like gold, I guess you could say, these lighter pieces that go, around the leg, and all these parts on the side of his leg that are kind of etched into there. I mean, the details are fantastic. That's the point I'm trying to get at. And look at that face sculpt. Tell me that people were, saying that this doesn't look like Chris Hemsworth. Are you serious, man? I mean, look at that head sculpt. It might not be 100% perfect, but I think that's a damn good head sculpt. Like, that looks like him to me. I don't know what people are talking about. I think the SHF one had a pretty good likeness too, but I don't know. I feel like maybe the forehead on the SHF one is like a little too big or something. I don't know. Something about it just looks a little odd to me, whereas I feel like this one is pretty much perfect. Like, this is what, I think of when I think of Endgame Thor. Like, that face is pretty much spot on to me. And I love, like, the braid, like the braided beard and the hair and everything, the texture on it. It looks fantastic. I mean, it looks really, really good. So, yeah, I don't know what people were complaining about as far as like the likeness goes on this figure, because I think he looks damn good. The hair and everything. I'm not sure if this is just I think there might be like a slight paint mishap up top here on this little piece of his hair, connecting to the back. I think that lighter paint, I don't know, maybe that's put there purposely, maybe not. I don't know. It just looks a little odd to me. But anyways, like the rest of the detail on him looks pretty freaking fantastic to me. So anyways, let's not spend too much time on all that. Let's get to play and display, aka articulation, because that of course is a big factor in making any figure great. So we have, for the arms, the shoulders are on a ball, looks like a ball, yeah, ball and hinge joint, and they're able to raise about yay high, so a little better than 90 out to the side, which is really nice. So that's good. Nice Marvel Legends type range right there. Back down to his sides, and he's got a nice natural look, as you can see, as the arm comes back to the side, so I love that. You can get a nice rotation out of the joint. 360 rotation there. Nice and smooth and fluid. You got a good bicep swivel there, and look at, I really like the chainmail that they, type of look that they got going for the arms. Very nice texture there. You got a bicep swivel in there, which looks really, really good. You got double jointed elbows, which can bend in very, very far, so you can really get, his axe or whatever he's holding close to the body, so that's really nice. Got the nice detail in the wraps going right there too. Check that out. Extend back out. Hands are on like a, looks like a small ball and a hinge, similar to the SH Figure Arts joints. So you can rotate them all the way around, and they can hinge in and out, which is very nice. Let's see, up and down. It goes a little up and down too. Not as much as in and out, but you actually do get a little up and downward movement as well. So that's nice. You're pretty much getting all the range that you would need out of a, weapon holding character, which is really, really nice. So yeah, you have that. For the head, let's check out the head. He's on like a small ball peg. I don't know if you guys saw it in the beginning when the head popped off, but it's kind of like a, matter of fact, let's see if I can pop it off real quick. Yeah, there you go. You got like basically a little joint sticking up and tiny ball peg at the top. And so you can easily pop that on. Get them situated there. And so the head can look up pretty nicely. The hair is made of a soft plastic, so you can kind of bend it against, his back. And he's able to look up pretty decently. I think that's pretty good. Definitely not like Iron Man flight pose or anything, but still really good. He can look down pretty far. And a nice little feature right here is this little piece in his chest. It's like the beard kind of tucks into it as he looks down, so that looks really cool. It's almost like it was made for that. Looks down about that far. Let's see, can you spin all the way around? The head kind of pops off as he tries to look all the way around, but you can kind of fudge it. I mean, I don't really see why you would need him to rotate all the way around anyways, but at least looking to the side, you get, pretty much all the way there to the side. So that's really good. Bring it back forward. And he's got, see, any nuance, any head tilting? Yeah, he's got a little bit of head tilting in there. So there you go. Nice amount of head tilt to each side. Decent, It comes off a little bit if you go too far, but it's really easy to pop back on, so that's nice. So yeah, you've got that for the head. For the torso, let's see here. So you've got a nice joint that's mostly seamless at the top here, at the top of the torso. And so you can rotate on that top joint, which looks pretty nice. Obviously you get like a little separation as you go to the sides, but not too bad. And you can crunch forward about that far with that joint. Crunch back about that far using just that top joint, so you get that. And then the bottom, he's got some more rotation below the belly, so you can see right there. And it actually looks really good as you swivel it. Not too much separation between this interchangeable piece for the lightning effect, so you can actually swivel them pretty good down there as well. If you utilize that joint, you can get them leaning back about that far. Sticking your stomach out, dad bod. and you utilize this bottom joint, you can get them crunching forward that far. So you can really get a lot of range if you utilize, this one or, both of these together. So that looks really good. So you've got that. For the legs, are they on drop downs? I don't believe they're on drop downs. I don't want to force it. So you've got that. For the legs, you can kick up. I don't want to force it, but there you go. You got about a nice 90-degree kick there, maybe a little less, just because like the belly kind of stops it, sculpt to the belly and everything, but you get close to a 90 degrees. Looks pretty good. Pretty nice range going forward. How about going back? Going back, you get about that much, which I think is all right. Pretty good. And then you got double jointed knees, which allow him to bend about that far. So he can't quite kick his own ass or anything, but still looks pretty good. Up to basically like his lower back, so that's pretty good, I would say. Pretty good range. And for the feet, can hinge down that far. Can hinge down that far, hinges up about that much. I'm gonna keep the toe straight here. Hopefully you got a sense of that. Not too far going forward, but he does also have a toe joint. So you've got that flat and then up. And he's got some swivel to the side. So he's got some ankle swivel. Can swivel the foot side to side. And he's got some ankle rockers, so you can swivel the foot or the ankle each way. So that's nice. Yeah, it's pretty good range of articulation, I would say. Especially for a bigger, bulkier Thor. Not exactly muscle bulkier, but bro Thor. I think that's pretty good range. I'll definitely take that. So yeah, there is play and display for Mr. Endgame Thor. So let's get him posed up real quick with his hammer and axe. So I'm going to switch out the hands, which is nice and easy. As you can see, they've got this, he's got like little pegs, and then you've got like the round little ball joint in there to help it swivel. So very nice, easy changing out process. Just make sure you don't lose your hand pieces. So yeah, coming out of the package, he's got, the 2 fist hands, which I feel like are a little undersized, and I think Mafex might have did that on purpose, just to make his body look a little bigger since he's supposed to be fat. So I think to help the illusion of that, they kind of made his fist a little small for this. If I can get focus on him, yeah. I mean, you guys saw him when they were on his body, so they probably looked a little bit small to you, but a lot of people have pointed that out. But yeah, I don't think it looks too bad. I think it kind of helps with his aesthetic because they didn't make him like super big or anything, but having like the smaller fist kind of helps give the illusion that he is a little bit bigger. So that's cool. So let's get some weapon holding hands in his hand. Let's see here. So I think those are going to be a little too small. Let's try these out. Ooh. Alright, almost dropped those. So I'm going to put his 2 fists over here for now. And I'm going to plug in these weapon holding hands for him. So you've got that one. Let's see. That one. I think maybe I'll switch it up because I think one of these is for Mjolnir, and this slightly wider one I think is going to be for Stormbreaker. Matter of fact, let's see, did these 2 come together? And try this out. It's a little hard at like first glance to figure out, which hand is gonna hold which. I know that I think he typically holds Stormbreaker in his right hand. Stormbreaker in the right hand. So let me see if I can find one of the wider grip ones for that. Let's see here. Give me just a second, guys, as I sort this out. Let's see. A little tricky here figuring out which one is which, but let's see. Such small pieces. Yeah, be careful. Make sure you don't lose the fist. You definitely don't want to lose any of these. But let's see if I can at least get Mjolnir into one of his hands here. So the fingers are made of like a harder plastic, but they are flexible, so you shouldn't have too much trouble flexing them to get Mjolnir or Stormbreaker into them. So I'm trying to flex his hand over here just a bit, get Mjolnir inside. It's kind of falling out at the moment. Give me just a sec here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this seems like a Mjolnir holding hand right here. So I'm going to get that one plugged in first. There you go. Alright, so now we got Mjolnir. And let me just see if I can find a Stormbreaker holding hand. Alright. So bear with me, guys. Thank you for being patient as I get these things in order. But yeah, that one holds Stormbreaker very nicely. So I'm going to change this hand out real quick. Plug this one in. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Alright, so let me put these other fists away so I do not lose them. Keep up with all these small pieces. Put all that back into the tray there. Yes, sir. Here we go. So here we have a Mjolnir Stormbreaker wielding Thor. Check that out. Oh yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Look at that. Now I will say that Stormbreaker is obviously a little bit heavier, so you might want to have him hold it up a little more, not so close to like the bottom of the axe, but maybe closer to like the middle, so that he's able to compensate for the weight a little bit better. And in the movie, I think he kind of holds it, closer to the top anyways. He definitely doesn't hold it like at the bottom, so just to kind of help balance out some of that weight. Yeah, here you have Mr. Endgame Thor holding both of his weapons, Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, and he looks badass, man. Check that out. Oh man, that's sick. So let me see if I can get him standing straight up with both in his hands. See how well he balances. Oh yeah, check that out. Let me get him a little more towards the camera here. Okay, let's get some good light on him. Move the camera over just a bit here. Yes, sir. Check that out. Oh man, now that is in-game Thor, bro. Look at that. Woo-wee! That boy look good. Oh man, that is so sick, man. This is what I've been waiting on, man. I've been wanting like in-game Thor. In-game Thor is one of my favorite looks for Thor. I'll put it like that. In-game Thor is, I know a lot of people didn't really like the whole Fat Thor thing, and I get it, but just like the overall look of him, like the outfit, I think is pretty much perfection. As far as the MCU goes, I think it's, it really makes him look like a comic Thor. I love the fact that he finally got, the Viking look, like a true Viking, like with the braided beard and, the longer hair and the way it was like tied in the back. And yeah, man, I mean, he obviously he's got, the kind of pot belly thing going, but I feel like, you know, the outfit kind of hides some of that. So, you know, that's nice being in the, you know, the black and everything. You can't tell as much that he has a belly. And he just, you know, he looks like a bigger guy, you know, because, you know, Norse Vikings, they're like in mythology, they're freaking huge, bro. So I don't mind the dad bod too much, especially like once he's in this outfit, like, you know, ready to battle and throw down. And the fact that he's got both of his hammers, like, bro, he looks like a badass. Like, you can't tell me in that last battle that he didn't look like a badass. Like, even despite the dad bod and everything, like, you damn near forgot it was there because he looked so damn cool. Especially in the scenes when he's, like, charging up, you know? Oh, man. So, yeah, man, I could, you know, I mean, let's see. I could do a little more. Let's see if I can get him into more of a dynamic pose. I don't want this review going too long. It's already... Shit, we're already 45 minutes in. That's crazy. That's definitely my longest review so far. Hopefully, I don't have anything farther. I mean, anything, you know, greater than that in the future. But let's get him into a slightly dynamic pose before we head out here. And on my outro here, I'll talk about just a few things about why I like this figure a little more than the SHF. But anyways, see if we can get him in a slightly more dynamic pose here, like he's ready to throw down. All right. So, matter of fact, I think for my outro, I will switch the heads on him. So, I'll pop in the lightning head. How about that? I was gonna do the angry one, but I don't know. I kind of want to say, oh man, I wanted to see what he looked like with the lightning head, right? His hand came off, the one that was holding Stormbreaker. Yeah, Stormbreaker is a little bit heavy. I will say that, so you want to be careful. It does pull the arm down just a little bit depending on how you have it posed, but you should still be able to get him to hold it up nicely, especially if you have the hand, you know, more towards the top of the hammer. But let's see if I can get him in a cool pose here. Nothing too crazy, but something that makes him look, you know, a little daunting to deal with. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, see that's not a bad pose right there. You know, and that didn't take long either. So let's see if I can get this into the camera. I know his back foot looks a little weird, but let's see if I can get him looking more towards the camera here. Yeah, check that out, huh? Turn him a little more this way. Check that out. I got the lightning head on him now, so you can kind of see like the lighted eyes on him. Hopefully you guys can tell that he's got the light up eyes going right now. I switched out the heads just to kind of make him look, you know, a little more menacing. But damn, this is a freaking good looking Thor figure, man. I mean, he looks damn good. There's so many options that you can do with this figure, which is why I wanted him. Because I've got like, you know, the regular versions of each of his weapons in his hand right now, but you've got, you know, the light up versions to make him look like he's charging. You've got all those electricity effects. I want to show those off in this video, but I feel like this video is already too long. It's going close to 50 minutes. You know, it's been almost an hour. That's crazy. I swear when I talk about these things, guys, it doesn't feel like that long. But, you know, once I look at the time, I'm like, damn, I've been talking like damn near an hour. So time just flies when you're talking about stuff that you love, man. That's all I'll say. But I think what I'll do is I'll stop the review like around here. And then as far as those electricity effects, I'll do like a short video later on, and I'll put that up, just kind of showing you like a tutorial of how to properly, you know, attach those electric pieces, you know, into his chest to give him more of a electric flair, if you will. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pretty much end the review right here. So we'll just get into some quick size comparisons, and then we'll head out. But yeah, I really love this Thor figure. So again, just to go over some of the things that I like about this figure more than the SHF was, number one, the physique. Again, I feel like SHF kind of overdid it with the dad bod. I think he looks more pregnant than, like, you know, Potbelly. Like, you know, I think they did just went a little overboard with the shape of his belly on that figure. What else? Yeah, the gold hair, I didn't really like. The stature, like his overall posture for the SHF, I felt like he was a little too short. The shoulders were wide, but he didn't really have like, I don't know, his shape didn't really look uniform. Like you can see on this Mafex one, how like the shoulders and the traps, we can't really see the traps, but just like the overall shape of like the head and the shoulders has like a really good balance, right? Like it looks like an actual human. I feel like with the SHF, like his shoulders were kind of too flat and just went straight out, like almost like a table. Like he had like table shoulders, and then his he just looked a little too stumpy to me, so I didn't really like that. Yeah, just like the overall like I guess aesthetic and feel of this guy more than the SHF. I like the alternate heads because the SHF only comes with a alternate lightning head. So like basically this, they and that was it. So they don't have like a yelling head or anything. Which I wouldn't say that's a deal breaker, but it's always nice to get more heads. Even though Mafex is kind of I would say like on and off as far as how good their yelling heads are, like the yelling head sculpts. Like I think this one is pretty good, but not all of the heads I've seen have been on this level. And even this one, I would say it looks good, but I feel like I don't know something. Now that I have it in hand, I'd say it's pretty damn good. I think in other videos, for some reason, it didn't look as good to me, but I think this overall looks pretty good. Maybe like a few more wrinkles in the face or like a harder sculpt for like the frown would have made it look a little bit better, but overall, I think this is a really good yelling head. So yeah, that's just some of the things that kind of drew the Mafex to me more. I think the cape also looks better on the Mafex as well. I think the wired cape is has a better look and conforms to this body a lot better than the SHF one did. And I don't know, yeah, the SHF one just kind of looked like a slouch. Is the easiest way I can describe it. Whereas this guy, even though he's got the dad bod, like he still looks like he's ready for business. Like he's ready to throw down. You know what I'm saying? He's with all the smoke. And he's like, man, I ain't hit the gym in a while, but shit, I still knock your ass out. I still go for the head. So that's why I mess with this one. And even in this like, but not vanilla pose, but this very basic pose that I have him in right now, he looks like a badass. He's nice. He's got a nice premium feel to him. He's very posable. He's got all these energy effects and alternate weapons, hands and things, heads. I mean, he's perfect. What more can you ask for? And he costs less than the SHF. So I mean, that was one of my biggest things right there too. Is like price wise, he's cheaper than the SHF. So yeah, and obviously the Marvel Legends one is cool, but I just didn't really like the whole how they colored the Mjolnir and Stormbreaker to make them look like they were lit up. They basically just kind of like gave them a dark blue color, which I think looked cartoonish. So I didn't really like that. I much prefer what Mafex did with the translucent alternate versions that you can actually shine light through and make them look like they're glowing. So yeah, just a lot of cool stuff with this figure, man. I mean, I don't really see how you can beat, as far as like your money, value for your money, I don't really see how you can beat this, 1/12 scale Thor that actually looks like a mini Hot Toys basically is like, that's what he comes off as. The detail, everything is there. What more could you ask for? Like, what more do you want, So anyways, I'm rambling. This review's going on way too long. Let's get into a quick size comparison. We'll get out of here. So, I didn't measure him out. I don't really have time, but I'll just try to get him standing as straight as possible here so you get an actual sense of his height. So I'm just going to straighten him out just a bit. So we're going to put him right here. All right, and I'm just going to leave him with his with his hammers, holding his hammers up because he looks too badass like this. All right. But anyways, you already know, first comparison, we got to get him next to the ZD Toys in-game Thanos because I've been dying to see what these two look like side by side. These are mortal enemies right here. All right, so we've got damn near immortal, right? God of Thunder versus Titan, ugly purple gumdrop. Nice play, but you get it. So here we got the ZD Toys Thanos next to Thor, And I think the height comparison is actually really good between these two. I remember this Thanos figure was about like 8 or 8.5 inches tall. So this Thor is probably, if I had to guess, maybe like 6.25 inches. Like he's got some good height to him, but he's definitely a lot smaller than Thanos here, as you can see. So I'll bring the camera a little bit closer so you can see these two better side by side. But yeah, hopefully you guys can see that. I think they look really good side by side. So I'm definitely gonna have them clashing in my display. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So you've got that. And real quick, we'll get them next to the Mark 45 Iron Man, which is also by Mafex. So you can finally see Iron Man and Thor next to each other. And I think the Iron Man is a little tall. One thing I always felt about this figure, as much as I love it, is I think he's a little bit too tall. I think they could have made him shorter. I get he's in an iron suit and everything, but I still feel like he should be a little bit shorter. But here he is next to the Mark 45 Iron Man, so you have that. He's got his repulsor effects in. I still think they look pretty damn good though, side by side. I think those look really good. You know, same company, so obviously Mafex knocked it out of the park on this guy too. And last but not least, we'll get him with, let's see. Here is with a Mattel Superman. Just kind of see like some bigger guys next to each other. And they're actually pretty similar in size and height. So just so you get a sense of that, how big, you know, how those two look together. I think that actually looks pretty good. Supes and Thor. And we'll get him next to the Wasp, another MCU female. I feel like I don't put enough of the female figures in size comparison, so I'm gonna do that going forward. I took her wings off, but she's a little bit hunched over, but you get the idea. She's not too much shorter than him. And what else? I guess we'll get him next to a General Zod. The Mattel Movie Masters General Zod right there. And last but not least, oh, we gotta get him next to Black Panther, bruh. So we got a Marvel Legends Black Panther right here. Mr. Chadwick Boseman. Oh man, I miss my guy. I really do. But here he is. And I think these two look damn good together. So yeah, that's probably my review, guys. This review is literally basically an hour long. I'm sorry that I went on for so long. But I love Mafex. I love what they've done with this figure. They're continuing to kill it, man. I would say for like, they've been on a hot streak with their figures lately. I mean, they're just killing. I feel like they're killing SHF. They're killing Marvel Legends. To me, they're just like the best 1/12 scale company, you know, that makes like these type of figures. Like, you know, if you want like detail, articulation, accessories, you know, all that stuff, like everything that you would want out of a figure, I feel like Mafex does it the best right now, if I'm being honest. Like, better than SHF, better than Marvel Legends or any similar type of companies. I feel like, you know, Mafex is the top dog right now, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. But I really, really freaking love this Mafex Thor figure, in-game Thor. So yeah, I'll put up a small video just kind of showing the lightning effects, you know, like a tutorial of how to swap them in and out, you know, after this. And, you know, hopefully you guys check that out just so, you know, you can see what that's like. But yeah, thank you guys as always for sticking around. If you made it this far in the video, man, leave a comment down below, man. Just say, let's say, just put hashtag Fat Thor or something like that. You know what I mean? Something simple. Just to let me know that you've actually watched this whole video, because if you did, that's crazy. That means you really dedicated your time, and I hella appreciate that. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new, again, be sure to subscribe, share the video, comment down below anything that you're thinking about this figure, and I'll be sure to leave the link in the description for Orange the Titans comparison video, so you can see that. It's a really great comparison video. I love when he does those. It's between this one, the SHF, and the Marvel Legends. And I probably spoiled it earlier, but basically this came out to be the clear winner, at least for him and myself. So yeah, you can make your decision based off of that video, which one you like the best. Let me know in the comments down below. And I will see y'all in the next freaking review. It's your boy BioSpider3, keeping the action going with the in-game Mafex Thor. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and peace. Bring me Thanos.